Hello friends, today we're studying the letters Fa and Qaf. Why is this one fatter on the bottom? Let's see. And this is our alphabet, just as a reminder. And this is the letter F, like in Frank. In Arabic it's called Fa. And if you are going to write it, it's going to sit on the line. This would be your line, and it sits on the line. Remember that. So let's write the letter Fa. We will first write letters that we have previously seen, so we have an idea of the size of this letter. So if we have an Alif, it will look like this, and a Ba will be like that. Ba, Ta, and Tha have the same body. Then we have Jim, Ha, and Kha. They look like this with different dots. The Ha has no dots. And then we have Dal and Dal. This is Dal. Then we have Ra and Zay. Ra is like this. The Zay would have a dot on top, right? And then Sin and Shin. Sin is like this, right? And then Shin would have 3 dots on top. Then we saw Sad and Dad. Sad and Dad are like this. Dad has a dot on top. And then we saw Ta and Va. Ta. Va would have a dot on top. And then the last 2 we saw were Ain and Ghain. Ain is like this. There's a big belly on the bottom of the line, under the line. And then the Ghain would have a dot on top. And today's letter is Fa. Fa is like this. It has a dot on top. Okay, let me write it again. There is a circle here. It was kind of obliterated in the first instance here. So that's Fa. And if we write 3 letters Fa in a row, they look like this. So basically you write the first Fa like this. Again, your line is right here. Okay, so let me take a different color. Yeah, this blue, or maybe, yeah, this green here. So the letter Fa, you make a circle above the line, you go back to the line, extend in the line, you make a circle here for the second Fa, and the third Fa takes its full shape. It looks exactly like the Fa when it stands alone. Let's see if you can read this. What does it say? You can pause the video, try to read, and then listen to me read, and then repeat. Fa, Fa, Fa. Yes. Fa, Fa, Fa. Fu, Fu, Fu. Fi, Fi, Fi. Fa, Fu, Fi. Let's read with long vowels now. Fa, Fu, Fi. Fa, Fi, Fu. Fu, Fi, Fa. Again, make sure you have studied the previous lessons before attempting to read in this lesson. Let's read some words. Farida. Farida means unique, and it's feminine. It has a ta marbuta at the end. It could be a girl's name. Farid is for a boy, and Farida is for a girl. Fasad means corruption. Fasad. Farisi means Farsi. Afaf means purity. It's a girl's name. Sifara is an embassy. سفارة. صفوف means classes. صفوف. Remember when we spoke about the front and back consonants? In Arabic we have letters that are pronounced exactly like some letters in English, and those are in this column here, the right column. And on the left side we have consonants that are pronounced the same way but a little deeper in the mouth. So let's pronounce them together. T, T, D, B, ذ, ظ, S, S, K, Q. This is the last pair here. This here is the letter Kaf, which is the Arabic K. It's pronounced just like a K in English. We will see this in our next lesson. And today we are seeing a letter that looks like a Fa but has two dots on top. But also this letter dips under the line, unlike the Fa that sits on the line. It dips under the line when it takes its full shape, which is when it's isolated or when it's at the end of the word. So here's our pair. This letter is called Kaf, and it's pronounced K like cake. And this one is called Qaf. And notice how it goes under the line. If we had a line here, it would sit. This would be our line right here. You see? Remember how the Fa sat on top of the line? The Qaf dips under the line when it's by itself or when it's at the end of a word. So Kaf and Qaf. K like cake, and Qa is a bit deeper than Kaf, and it resonates inside the mouth. So here's our letter Qaf. Remember that it's kind of like a Fa, but there is a difference. The Qaf dips under the line. And let's write the letters Fa and Qaf next to each other so you see what the difference is. The Fa, when it's by itself, is like this. The Qaf, when it's by itself, is like that. It dips under the line and it has two dots on top. And this is what a word that has three letters Qaf in it looks like. So the line would be right here, right? Notice how it sits on the line if it's in the beginning or in the middle, but it dips under the line when it's at the end of the word or when it's isolated. And to write three Qafs in a row, you go like this. Make your circle, go down to the line, continue, make another circle, and then make a third circle. The third one will have to go down under the line and then back up. And don't forget to have your dots. Two dots on each one of these three. Qa, qa, qa. And let's read. Qa, qa, qa. Qu, qu, qu. Qi, qi, qi. Don't say ki, ki, ki. It's a deeper sound than the English K. Qi, qi, qi. Qa, qu, qi. And let's read with long vowels. Qa, qu, qi. Qa, qi, qu. And now we have some words. Qareeb means close. It's an adjective. Qareeb. Aqd. Aqd is an act, like a marriage act. Aqd comes from the word aqada, to tie or to knot. Aqid is a military rank. Farq means difference. Qurtuba is the name of Cordoba in Spain, the city of Cordoba, in Arabic, it's Qurtuba. Iraqi means Iraqi. Iraqi. And this is the text that you'll be able to read and write at the end of this 40-lesson course. If you do all the exercises, of course, and if you come for help and practice at my Clubhouse session every Monday night at 9:30 p.m. New York time, while this course is being uploaded to YouTube. Let's look at it with short vowels now. And let's see if we can find the letters fa and qaf here. Let's see, line 1, do we have a fa or a qaf? No. Line 2, no. Line 3, yes, we have a fa here, see? And it's followed by a long E, which means that we in fact don't need this short E here because we already have a long E. Line 4, we have another fa. Yay. Again, we don't need this short E here. Okay, and the line 5 doesn't have a fa or a qaf. Okay. So try to also find the rest of the letters that we have studied up to now. That's a very good exercise to do. It will help you eventually to read this text from beginning to end and write it as well. Continue studying and remember to subscribe and share with all your friends.